So I'm excited to talk about this next topic.
Yeah.
So we got to get into this, right? For sure. And Bob Pierney was commenting about this. I don't know if you saw that at the beginning of the show.
No, I missed it.
Yeah, he was saying that we should go get a center. So interesting that you bring that up. Mr. Pierney, Eric DeCosta today said that the center has very few players, the draft as far as the center goes, very few players each year, only around 4 to 5 true centers. So really what it's about is, and what he's seen other teams do, is he talked about moving guys from other positions. Right, here we go. So Eric DeCosta said the center position is hard to fill through the draft because when you look at the board, there aren't many true high caliber centers. Many are converted from other positions. That said, he likes 4 to 5 centers they like that are non-first rounders.
I think Sarah missed the biggest part of that.
She did. Yeah, yeah. So go ahead, Glenn. I agree with you 100% because we both talked about this pre-show.
Yeah, the biggest quote I got out of that is right after he said that. He said, they want big guys everywhere on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Big guys.
So they're not hiring me.
They're not hiring you, and I don't think Tyler Linderbaum's coming to Baltimore. When you consider he played at about 285, 290.
Soaking, wringing wet.
Yeah, and got up to 294 for the combine because he knew that he had to put on a couple pounds.
He filled his undies with rolls of quarters.
Yeah, exactly. So what that tells me is they're not taking an undersized center at the first round, or that this is a classic misdirection from Eric DeCosta, and that they are definitely taking Tyler Linderbaum. So it's either there's no chance they're taking him, or they're definitely taking him. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's exactly why it's the Liars Luncheon, because this could be an absolute smokescreen. And Eric really has this kid graded high, or like you said, him just speaking the truth and just saying it like it is, right?
Yep.
I will say in this instance, Glenn, based on the other guys at the position, think about the interior offensive lineman they drafted last year. He ain't anywhere close to 200 pounds.
No.
I mean, yeah. So
he hasn't been 200 pounds since he was 3.
Seriously. I mean, probably in middle school, he probably broke 200. I mean, he's 360.
Yeah.
Like, dude is ridiculous. So, if you guys don't know, we're referring to Ben Cleveland, right? So, all that said, I think he's being truthful here. What do you think?
I think he's being truthful too. I mean, just look at who he's drafted. Like you said, I mean, look at all the guys he's drafted since taking over. The one thing they have in common is that they're big guys. And so, although Tyler obviously plays bigger than he is and uses his leverage to move bigger guys, I would be stunned, but I guess I shouldn't say that because, I mean, it's classic misdirection. I mean, this is, man, that's why you can't read into too much. You got to kind of pick through the weeds, but I feel like he mistakenly slipped up and said that. So I'm going to say that Tyler Linderbaum is off the board in the first round.
I think I'm with you there as well. Now, last thing, do you think it was interesting that not one time did the reporters or Eric DeCosta or anyone else say the name Bradley Bozeman?
A little bit, that they didn't bring it up.
Like he's now Voldemort?
Yeah, like at least ask him what happened. I mean, he may not answer. He may give some sort of a non-answer, but at least answer. I mean.
Well, and not only that, I thought it was funny when he was talking about the success they've had with taking guys in later rounds at the position. Now, I know part of that answer was transitioning guys, but not the entire answer. He had plenty of within the question. You know, he was talking about the success of getting guys later to play at center.
He could have brought him up.
Easy. And he decided not to. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're obviously, got to be bitter about it. There has to be something going on when they signed him for that cheap of money down in Carolina. But he did, like you said, he did mention about finding tackles late and moving them to center like he did with Ryan Jensen and Patrick McCary. So, hey, I think that's what we're looking for at the center position. I think it's going to be likely a bigger guy who used to play tackle that doesn't, look like he can make it there. And he's going to transition to the center position and see what he's got. And it's McCary's job until that guy's ready.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, he's probably a little too long. I don't know if you can be too long at that position, right? But like, even Phillips, like if they realize he's not going to make it on the outside, like, do you give him a shot to see if he can do it there? Who knows?
Maybe.
I just his thought came or his
The
name
problem
came to
with
my
him
mind.
is that he's
He's
got
young in football.
yeah, he's young in football, and I think they got high hopes for him as a guard. So
Yeah,
you got to give him as many reps as you
that's
can at
true.
somewhere. But yeah, I mean
And I
that's
feel
a
like you
thought.
got to kind of like run point. It's like the point guard in basketball, in my opinion, in a lot of situations. And so you got to be very experienced, right, at that position
Yeah,
as well. But the other thing I want to mention just really quickly on the center as well is that I've noticed a lot of people in the chat saying that McCary is our center next year. Just because John said he's our center for now, to me means nothing.
right.
It means
That's just
extremely
where he
little.
is right now when we're not playing football for
Right.
months.
It's like if you had to pencil him in and you're at a table, you're at dinner and you got a ketchup packet and a mustard packet and a mayonnaise packet. McCary's the mustard packet playing center. That's about as relevant as it is.
Yeah, it's really for depth chart purposes. But I will say this: if they had to line up today and play, he'd be their center. I think
Oh, for
over
sure.
Tristan Colon.
Right. But I guess what I mean is that there's no way does that mean they're shutting the door on drafting a guy high, drafting a guy at all, or looking at bringing in a free agent. No way. They're
Right.
definitely still evaluating all possibilities.
Definitely. Yeah, 100% agree. And as far as, I see that Treader's still being brought up, and I would have no problem with him bringing in Treader. The question is does he fit the offense, because he's mainly been in that zone scheme that the Browns run, that the Bengals run, that the Niners run, and it's quite a bit different than what the Ravens run. He could still be, looking to hold out. He could be like Justin Houston was, where he just didn't really feel like doing all the offseason stuff, so he decided to sign late. Who knows what's going on with Treader, but he hasn't signed anywhere yet, so I wouldn't be too down on the Ravens' possibilities of possibly bringing him in.
Don't get nervous because I'm here now.